Okay, good afternoon, guys. Now we're here, the group New Chronicles, and today we're gonna talk about the relevant issue nowadays that we are currently experiencing is the red tagging. So first of all, Palaganas, what is red tagging in your opinion?
So, from an outside perspective, first of all, thank you, Edno, for the question. From an outside perspective, for someone who listens and reads the news, red tagging could be seen as killing people who opposes the government. These people are usually the people who voice out their criticisms for the government. But what is red tagging as defined by researchers? So according to Carlos Conde, a researcher with Human Rights Watch, red tagging is a practice that targets people, and these people often end up being harassed or being killed. So these people are those who voice out their opinions nga about the government, and that red tagging shrinks peaceful activism in the Philippines. Red tagging endangers people's lives.
Okay, I think you have a wonderful perspective when it comes to red tagging. Now let's talk about why is red tagging relevant nowadays in your opinion, Kiptiani?
So, Ed, no, red tagging is becoming more relevant nowadays because of the significant increase in people being blacklisted or being red tagged or wrongfully accused. And sometimes, like what Mix Palagana said, this leads to being assassinated or being harassed. So more and more, this leads to an infliction of fear on people, especially those who are not entirely supportive of the government's ideas or the critics of the governments, as you may say. And in the Philippines, journalists and other people of the media are collectively taking a stand against the government, which somehow leads to them being red tagged. And as they're being critics of the government, according to Michael Beltran, the term communist terrorist, which was made famous by the military, implies that one cannot be a communist without also being a terrorist. So basically, they are saying that anyone with a leftist viewpoint is inherently a communist. So therefore, all communists are terrorists. So this makes them a threat, and the military sees them as a threat that needs to be eliminated. This is why we should put more attention to red tagging because more and more people are being wrongfully accused and wrongfully killed.
Okay, that's actually a wonderful point, and I couldn't agree more with your opinion. But right now, let's talk about the what causes red tag. Ba? What do you call this? Your name is Stefani. What causes red tag for you?
Yes, yes, Ed. The process of red tag or how does one become a red tagger? Regardless of their actual political beliefs or this individual or organization are labeled as communist or terrorist, when the current rate of red tagging in the Philippines has become more vicious, attacking journalists, actors, influencers, educators, and many more. It is most common in today's generation on social media when we see in social media sometimes when they are just opening a statement or stand in some societal issue, they happening in societal issue and it goes viral. They immediately see it in their comment section and some conclude that they are terrorists or they are communists. Some Ibarra Gutierrez or a human rights lawyer, they said that human rights activists say red tagging as acts whereby individuals are labeled as communists or terrorists, often without substantial proof, is being increasingly developed by the government supporters and state officials of the Philippines.
Okay, thank you for that wonderful perspective. Actually, I couldn't agree more also with your opinion because I have a lot of known people in the social media that have been red tagged. So as a student now, what solution can we suggest about the red tagging? King Pompain?
Thank you, Ed. Well, most of us, we are aware that the majority of people involved in these red tagging incidents are students. I think the possible solution that I see is for the university to take actions by means of providing guidelines to address the said matter. Just like the article I've read from the University of the Philippines, they have these general guidelines where the main objective is to coordinate the units that will ensure the security and safety of the students. Well, part of the guidelines that may state that the actions provided by the university or the concerned office should, including the housing of the student on campus, coordinating the case with the barangay, and filing legal action to address the security concern. While for other people who are also part of the subject of this red tagging incident and they're not students, the best solution is still to file legal action for the safety and security.
Okay, thank you for that wonderful opinion, Pronpain. So now to answer the fifth question, if you are a student who had been red tagged, what you should do, what something you should do first. So according to King 2021 of Manila Bulletin, you should report it to the authorities and state that your intentions when it comes to your opinion is actually clear. And if you are a minor, by guided by your parents, report to the police or the authorities and state that your opinions in the social media or along with other people is actually just a personal manner of privilege using your freedom of speech. But well, to end this conversation, I would like to acknowledge Ms. Kiptiani, Palaganas, and Mr. Pronprain, Ms. Lopez, who are involved in this conversation and cited their opinions with, of course, proper reference and factual check. So, to end this conversation, I would like to thank everyone who watched this in your homes or in school, and we hope to see you by the next conversation we have here in our YouTube channel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.